Let's talk about the dark side of YouTube. I'm talking about that tiny but unhinged corner of YouTube where these commentary channels, live streamers, and internet detectives orbit around one man. One man, and that is Danny Bloody G. Love him, hate him, laugh at him, but one thing's for sure, this man feeds the entire ecosystem of the dark side. I'm sure you all know who he is, but let's just do that tiny origin story. Now, most people first discovered Danny G through that video. You know the one, the Xbox 360 rage clip, the one where he absolutely lost his head.
You sent me a message first, yeah? I live in Smethwick, Birmingham. If you want the fucking brawl, come down to Smethwick, ask for Danny G. I'll come out of my house and I'll break your fucking legs, you little prick!
I can't remember how many years ago that was uploaded now, but I believe it was by Jamie Trolling, a proper early internet meme. That clip blew up, obviously, and years later, Danny capitalised on it, or so he tried to. Around 2018 to 2019, give or take, Danny starts his own YouTube channel, and instead of just leaning into the meme and maybe becoming a character that he can broadcast and play off, he instead starts documenting his life. Stories about his past, hard times, violence, chaos, and survival. This is where the legend, or the meme, of Britain's hardest man was born. But as the years go on, more videos, longer live streams, more talking, people start noticing something. Some stories don't add up, details change, timelines shift, and suddenly, Danny isn't just a hard bloke with a mad past. He's now being labelled as somewhat a pathological liar, and eventually, a lolcow. Now, if you don't know what that is, I'm sure you do. You're watching this video. A lolcow is basically someone that internet milks for content. Not always fair. It's often cruel, but very, very profitable. Enter the dark side. Channels started popping up, clipping Danny's videos, out of context moments, wild quotes, meltdowns, etc. It was wild. It still is wild. Come on. How is it still going? It's 2026. One of the early ones was clipped YouTube, I believe. My memory's hazy. Just straight re-uploads and cuts. And then it slightly evolved. Channels like Delusional Danny G start adding commentary, actual opinions and narratives. And this coincides with the rise of Hedgehog Man, or Video Craig if you will, originally covering Decker Heggy stuff before realising, wait, this Danny G, this man from Smethwick or Rowley Regis, not too far from me by the way, he is a content goldmine. Now Hedgehog Man, or Craig as I'm going to call him from here on out, claims around 8 million views per month across socials off Danny G content. He launched Daily Danny G, reacting to lives, analysing videos and breaking things down. He even has a vault of Danny G videos, hundreds, I don't know, it could stem to thousands knowing Danny G, of archived or deleted Danny G videos. But here's the mad part. Whether you love Danny or you despise him, everyone is making money off this man. Everyone except Danny himself. I don't agree with Danny half the time. He says mad things, he contradicts himself, he acts ridiculous. But if we're being honest here, I don't think he's the monster some people brandish him as. This community can be insanely hypocritical. Creators will happily associate with people who have passed allegations or charges, but then clutch pearls over Danny based on vibes and speculation. No defence, this is just, from me, an observation. Now this is where things, in my opinion, get spicy. Enter the dossers. They're part of the dark side, reacting to Danny, adding commentary, sometimes going incredibly hard on him, digging into socials, private life, personal stuff, and then plot twist. Danny's harshest critics, harshest nemesis within the dark side, Mr. Dosser, recently appears on Hedgehog Man's live stream. He drops a bomb.
Right. But anyway, so I went to his house. I had a cup of coffee with him. I handled Koala Kev.
So do you now have chlamydia?
Well, I have got this strange rash at the minute, but no.
So the second time, so this is the second time you went around. So the first time you just turned up.
So the first time I just rocked up at his house.
And how long ago was this?
Months ago.
Right.
Probably. It was around the time when we announced the golf match.
To the chase. Cut to the chase. Does he stink?
No. He's got a nice house as well. His house weren't bad. It was a nice homely house. We nonced him off online because of information we got sent. And then when it became apparent that the information was wrong and people who were close to us looked into it again, we actually admitted on live that we were wrong. Before the JDP, the first instance with JDP, where he was like out in the DOS's Discord, we'd already said that we were wrong. And I apologised to him privately. And that's how I started speaking to him. I don't give a fuck, right? I'm done with YouTube. I don't think he's a bad person. Right. I think he's just a fucking idiot when he's drunk. That's my opinion of Danny G. So, in my own life, and with Mrs. D and her beliefs, I believe in bad karma. And I believe that me noncing him off for months on end and earning money out of it is going to bring me bad karma. So to make me feel better and feel like because I've spoken about this with you before. I'm a recovering addict, and I've been to NA, and part of the 12 steps is making peace with the people that you've hurt. And I looked at it like that. So the £1,000 that was given to him, I got in touch with him and I just said, look, right, I need to make this right for me. I don't care what you think. And I'll be honest, Danny didn't even want it. He didn't want it.
Danny didn't want £1,000.
Danny didn't want it. But I forced it on him.
Him and Danny actually spoke, connected, and met in real life. And not only that, he went to Danny's house, bonded and socialised, and shut down claims about the house being dirty or smelling. Why did I write a script for this? And then, what you should never do for Danny, because he will treat you as his best friend, pay Danny 1,000 Great British pounds. Money he made off of Danny's name. Darkseid's former nemesis just became a mate? Weird. As you can imagine, the dark side has lost its mind. Channels felt betrayed. Someone of note, JDP, who's currently in legal disputes with Hedgehog Man, so I think, over potential harassment and fair use claims. I don't know how legitimate that is. I don't agree with anyone taking each other into legal proceedings over a little bit of YouTube banter. I mean, it ain't that deep, guys. Like, what happened to the old-fashioned way? But something, I don't dislike JDP, but something I can't quite see past is JDP seemingly kind of feels like Danny's crossed the line. Somehow you could see that on JDP's face, as if Danny owes loyalty to anyone, which is ironic because, JDP's biggest supporters at the minute, Husky Queen and Husky King, are former Danny moderators who have previously dug up private and sensitive information about Danny, even going through Danny's children's socials, which is fucking weird and disgusting. Yet they're still welcome in JDP's live. They're putting money on JDP's plate. See, that's where the morals within these creators kind of get a bit grey. Hypocrisy on full display there. Other channels like The Beers and Dr. Rackpool and more are now covering the fallout. Everyone suddenly has a moral line. Everyone decides who's too far, but the line keeps moving depending on who's doing it. And through all this, Danny G just keeps existing, streaming, talking, contradicting himself and fueling this entire fucking machine. I think Danny G needs a content advisor because there is so many ways in which Danny G can make this entire community benefit him and earn him more money. But I don't want to call a man stupid, but I think he's too dense to see that. But no matter where you stand on Danny, the man is an engine for this community. This community doesn't exist without him. The views don't flow without him. The money just doesn't come without him. He is the gold mine in this community at the moment. And the funniest part, everyone claims they're above it, but they all keep coming back. Because Danny G, whether you like him or you dislike him, he is content.